Welcome back to the Mole Confidential, Season 4, Episode 8.
Yay, the last
Yeah.
confidential.
Woo!
You made it.
We survived. Horsey lived. We all lived. All right, so again, this is our last confidential for Season 4. So rejoice, and we're going to jump right into some of the questions and some of the information that we have for you about this season and particularly Episode 8. Take it away, Giz.
So the first question is basically about why was there no elimination in this episode? And through all the seasons so far, it's kind of run like this anyway. But I mean, the episode itself was an hour long, so adding on the elimination as well would have made it even longer. But really, typically, it kind of leaves you in suspense for another week. And in the actual TV show as well, they do kind of have that one episode and an extra episode for the reveal. So we kind of stick to the roots of how that is in the TV show. So next week will be the last episode.
Another comment we had was why were there only 9 questions on the quiz? And usually we aim to have 9 to 10 questions anyway. One of the questions we did have was how long did it take them all to finish the challenge? I think that was the first one in that episode. And obviously none of them did, so it was quite hard to come up with another question. It is quite hard to do questions for all of the challenges, basically, but yeah, we didn't have another question for it. But it doesn't affect the quiz in any way.
All right, so another question is how the finale and the reunion is going to work. So obviously, this coming Friday, you'll see the finale. So what that'll be is we have brought back all the players who could make it. They'll be in this room, a special room designed by Piper and Mario. And we'll give all the players a chance, besides the final 3, to say who they think is the mole, who they think is the final survivor and the final victim. And then we will reveal the final victim of the mole, and then we reveal who is the final survivor, and then, of course, who is the mole. And then we have a little bit of chit-chat with them about this, and then it wraps. Now, remember, that was recorded back, what was it, May and June? Something like that? Or April, May? So, I mean, this was all, even the finale, that was all recorded back when we finished that final episode. So it's been a few months, but that's the finale. The reunion we're going to be recording this coming Saturday. And when we do that, that'll be the players now coming back together almost real time in a sense, where they've now seen the show air. And some of the players never saw any of those challenges because they were eliminated, the ones that were eliminated early. So they've all seen it. They've all been able to maybe take more notes or make comments and things. So we'll let all the players kind of give their feedback. We'll go through all the challenges. We'll talk quizzes, the actual scores. We'll talk your guys' voting as the season progressed. Not only will we be telling you, like we do in these episodes, who you think as a majority is the mole, we'll actually give you the percentage breakdown so you can see how everybody was voting. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Which also is a reminder to send in your questions. There's going to be a link in the video, and we need your questions if you want to ask the mole anything, if you want to ask the players anything. We will be filming at the end of the week, so make sure you get them in by about Friday. Is that right, Buzz?
Well, they can get them in as late as Saturday. I mean, I'll try to. We'll try to scour it. But the problem we have is this video link will have the description, as Piper said. I'm going to also put up a video tomorrow, a separate video that specifically says, get your questions in for the mole. The negative is you're going to be right, like when you see this video tomorrow, or when you see this video, which is Tuesday, you're going to have the ability to send questions in right now, but you don't yet know who the mole is. You don't yet know who that final victim, that final survivor is. So you're going to be sending questions in, if you send them in early, that maybe aren't as specific, like this is directed to blah, who is the mole. But once Friday airs and you see everything, get those questions in Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon before we start filming. We're going to be filming Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. So get your questions in before that if you have any specific. Normally we like to wait a week, but we've got a lot of issues with people being gone, vacations and things. So we don't have the time. So send in questions you can now. But also, once that episode airs on Friday, if you have specific questions for the mole or for the final survivor or whatever, get them in as quickly as possible.
And Buzz, will there be a season 5?
No.
Yeah, no, bye. 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 Done, bye.
So we get asked that question a lot. I know there's a lot of people that have said, they didn't make season 4, they want to try out for season 5, or they were too young for season 4, but they'll be old enough for season 5. So yes, we will do a season 5. We're going to do a season every year. It's so much work to try to do this 2 or 3 times a year. I think would drive me crazy and everybody else. So we are going to do a season 5. We've got some other stuff planned that I hope that we can get something I want to do out before the end of this year. That's kind of mole-like that I think will be fun. We just have to see because we want to do Darkness Falls Part 2. There's lots of things that we're trying to scramble to do. That's one of the reasons why we've asked to maybe bring in a few new people because, quite honestly, we need a little bit more help. And hopefully we can bring some people in that can really help us and accomplish Darkness Falls 2, accomplish this secret thing, accomplish Mole next year. I want to do more parodies. I mean, so many different things.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, that kind of, gets off track a little bit with Mole, but yes, there will be a season 5, and we hope you guys stick around through all the other stuff we do because we got some cool stuff, but also that you stick around for next season. All right, so this is the challenge number 15, and this was basically speed trivia. Now, one of the reasons I did this challenge is because Piper and I worked so hard on the circuitry to do the notes and the answers and stuff that it never got used on Piper's challenge, Dunk the Floor.
No.
Gizmo made sure of that. So I wanted to implement it here. And I put these questions in. And to be honest, I'm a little disappointed that they didn't get further on this. Who was the first player eliminated by the mole? That should be a no-brainer. And then I got so surprised, like this one here, that people just didn't rock it. Because how are you not taking notes on everything? If you're a player in the mole, you got to take notes. And this one here, I mean, obviously, I didn't think it was that hard because, I even made a point at the beginning of the season to tell players to take notes. And when you see that intro where I say the names and everything, obviously recorded that intro. The voice you hear of me is with my good microphone, but not the voice or the microphone I used for the actual thing. But I did do the same thing. I said, Gizmo Dude, a gamer from the UK. And he walked out. So I told everybody's age, profession, location, all of that stuff. So they didn't get that far. And then, let's see. Might as well go ahead and show the other questions that they didn't get to, since it really doesn't matter at this point. Which player sunk the first ship in challenge number 5?
Where's my notes? What episode was that? What episode?
Well, if you
hang
have
on.
notes.
Challenge 1. Wait, what?
Episode 3.
Episode 3. Hang on. Challenge
You did the paper.
5. Yeah, here we go. Battleship. Wait, what was it? You can't. Wait,
First
who
player
sunk
who
the first
sunk the battleship, yeah.
ship? It was. I don't have that.
And then here, the last question in challenge number 8: who was the first player to be halted? So that was the.
I have that.
School.
I have that. Challenge 8.
Gizmo probably would have got stuck on the first stream anyway.
The first person halted was Silicon.
You never know. You can put it in if you think you're right. So one of the things that we did too, and it was very sly, and this was tricky, and none of the players knew it. When the challenge is over, the players look around, and they're always looking for signs from the mole, and generally there's not signs more than there is. But you can see here, I put a sign. You do trivia, you can barely play Minecraft. Love the mole. But when they look around, they can't get over the gate because the players aren't in creative. So you're like, how could they see that? The magic of F5. Which was something the players tried to use during the maze challenge to help themselves. If the players would have been in F5 and looked here, they could have seen this sign. But just remember, for those of you who watch this, remember this sign and in the finale when we talk about things. So this is Challenge 16, the long and winding road. This is a staple of it. This was the first season any players have ever found another player. The previous 3 seasons, it always ended in failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny as well. Like the first time I'm not involved in it at all and don't see it at all is the time when someone actually wins it because I built a lot of this like way back when. Like obviously season 1 I saw that even though I was dead I still saw it, and like season 2 and 3 I kind of like was behind the scenes still seeing it, but I just found it really ironic.
So some issues we had on this challenge. We didn't actually check it out very thorough, so some of the doors, when pasted in from older Minecraft, which was what this was made on, to the newer, the doors were like not positioned correctly. So that was kind of embarrassing that we didn't like fly around and check that. But we were under such pressure to get everything done, we just
Yeah.
it slipped by. And then of course, one of the things you don't see play out 100% was during this challenge when we were running through Danny's answers. I edited out some of it because it was pretty confusing. But as we were walking through doing this pick, A, B, whatever, different pass, we got to the final location, and I'm just like, hold it. This was the location. I think it might have even been this building here. Where I was like, the door's already open. We ended up at one of the rooms from the other round. Danny actually forgot how he answered the quiz. So we actually had to go back, and Piper figured it out, and she's like, he actually answered the quiz this way. It was like Laser John instead of Cody or vice versa. So then we went the other way. I edited out some of the confusion just because we had already progressed all the way to a room, and then we had to backtrack. But I edited to that spot, so it kind of seems like Piper corrected him on the spot. But that was the first time that had ever happened.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I mean, this challenge always works. One thing I would like to do for a future season is, I mean, we'll probably still have this challenge, but I think it needs to be redone.
It needs to be revamped,
Yeah.
and I'm definitely going to take lead on that.
I want it.
If I'm not
you
playing
might
season
not be
five.
helping. You might not be helping, I guess.
I'm definitely going to be helping season 5.
So I would like to see this probably implemented into either like a city or even maybe into like a mountainous area with like a village that fits more in the terrain that it's at. I mean, here you can see I just literally came out to the water and pasted it because it's a nice big flat area. But I'd like to see it fit better. We don't try to show a lot of the outer edges of it, but that was kind of annoying for me. But I think it needs to be redone. The premise itself, that the challenge doesn't need to change, but I think we need to do a better location. And it could be, like I said, cities. It could be whatever. Because maybe, who knows what setting we'll have for season 5.
Yeah, I think definitely like whatever kind of theme we'll go for, trying to implement that into it.
All right, so here we are for the first time showing you the elimination room as of our last episode. So obviously we did not do an elimination in here because we're going to be doing that in the finale room. But you can see the head is still messed up because I didn't really want to change things. I kind of like the purity of having the world the way it is and leaving it like that after it's over in case we ever want to come back and revisit it. The challenges are where they are. This is obviously the last state, and we won't change it because we don't like to change things. And sometimes we do open servers, and we may bring this world up and let people run around it or something and see things. But we don't have an eliminated players room to show this episode because we haven't done that yet, and we won't be able to show the final eliminated player anyway. And from a standpoint of a previous or next week's challenge, there is no challenge to show next week, so we don't have that. But we do have the results of your voting. And going into the last episode, so this is your voting before the last episode aired, you guys, by majority, think Cody is the mole.
Ooh.
Now you are voting again, and I usually reset the voting so that this next week here, after episode 8 aired, you've been voting on it, and we'll reveal those votes in the reunion. All right, and the last time in Confidential, because this is our last Confidential for season 4. And Giz, I'm going to put you on the spot. You need to sing for your supper here. You're going to sing like always. Piper, if he does a good job and he survives, you can leave his podium. If he fails in your eyes, you can eliminate Gizmo from Confidential.
Okay.
So Gizmo, take it away.
The more comment of the week, Piper style.
That was terrible.
Oh, there you go. Gizmo has been eliminated. And our comment of the week comes from the Atomic Matt. And he says,
I really cannot wait for the next episode. This series has been absolutely great as always. Thanks, guys. Smiley face.
That was not my voice. That was not my voice.
You moo. Mm.
well, there you guys have it. That is the end of season 4 of Confidential. Look forward this Friday to the finale, and then the following Friday and Saturday for the 2-part reunion special. So if you guys here want to say goodbye, we will head out.
Bye-bye.
Bye.